everyone, GoAnimate Tutorials here, and today I'm going to make another tutorial on how to install Wrapper offline. Now, as you may or may not know, I already made a tutorial on how to install Wrapper offline about 2 years ago. However, the version I was providing got really outdated because the link in the description was a mega.nz link, which you cannot change the file for, therefore it stayed on the same version forever. However, since then, the ownership has changed twice in Wrapper offline's history, and the current development team have moved Wrapper offline over to GitHub, where it can continuously be updated and you will have no need to use any new link. Just go back to the same link every single time. So this tutorial should work forever. You may need to update your wrapper every now and then, probably not very often, but every now and then. However, this video tutorial will always work no matter what. So as always, if you like my tutorials, please like and subscribe for future tutorial videos and other content. I'm going to be making other Wrapper offline tutorials and maybe even other Wrapper installer tutorials for other LVM clones that I think you might like. One of the tutorials I'm going to make in the future that I know for sure is going to be how to make mods for Wrapper offline, like custom assets and stuff like that. And last important thing before I begin, this time it's actually important, trust me, is that I've opened up a new support Discord server for this channel. As you know, in the last video I said in the comments I'll help people. However, YouTube commenting takes a long time. It's not really that engaging, and sometimes people don't even see my responses. And I don't really check my comments that much because I don't have the time. So I just decided to open up a Discord server where you can come in and get support if you're having issues with Wrapper. And hopefully I or some other people can help you out. So the invite link for that will be in the description below. And without further ado, let's actually get into installing Wrapper offline. So the first thing you want to do is on your browser, go to the GitHub link in the description below. This thing right here. Now, if you know what GitHub is, this should look pretty simple, but if you don't know what it is, and it can be a little confusing, don't worry, I got your back. So there are basically two ways of installing Wrapper offline. The traditional way, and the new way we've implemented, which is a lot faster, easier, and more user-friendly. First way is to go ahead and click on code and download zip. Now, I would not recommend using this way, because this is one, the way I'm not going to be showing, and two, there's a problem with GitHub where with bigger files, and since Wrapper offline is a big file with a lot of Swift Flash files, it's a pretty big program. So there's a chance GitHub can corrupt it while it's downloading. This is not a problem on our end, it's a problem with GitHub. So don't blame us. Luckily, like I said, there's another way of doing this, and we've created a workaround, kind of basically just another way of installing it that cannot corrupt your download at all, and it'll be completely good. Also, if I may note, using download zip, if you have good internet, you probably will not get corrupted, but if you have bad internet, you probably will, because the longer it downloads, the more susceptible to being corrupted it is. But that's not really relevant. If you know what you're doing, then go ahead and download that way. If you don't, most people probably don't, just go ahead and follow my thing. So what you want to do is go ahead and scroll down until you see running installation, and you want to go to this website. This is a website made by our developers, which offers you a direct installer for Wrapper offline, like most programs. So there's a little FAQ and everything. Right here it says if you can't find a fix to your issue or an answer to your question, you can join the support Discord server, linked in the footer below. This is not my Discord server. This is the official Wrapper offline Discord server. But that's besides the point. So what you want to go ahead and do to download it is click download now, and you want to click Windows. There's currently only Windows and Linux. There's no support for Chromebook or Mac OS. So we do have someone working on an unofficial Mac version of Wrapper offline, which we have in the GoAnimate City server that you can download from there. And if you have a Chromebook, sorry, but there's pretty much no way you can download this, besides if you convert your Chromebook to Linux. However, that's a lengthy process. But I do have one piece of good news. There are things known as online LVMs, which are basically Wrapper offline put into an online LVM. However, they're public, and so people can edit your videos, and they go down a lot, and it's just generally preferred to use an actual program version. So you can try looking for those. Just look up Wrapper online, or go into GoAnimate City or another server and ask people if they have any. You can even make your own, but again, another lengthy process. So I've been talking for way too long. Let's just install it. So once it's downloaded, you want to go ahead and run it. However, you have to run it as administrator or it will not work because it's an installer. So do not just click it like that. You want to go to where it actually is, whether in your downloads folder, your desktop, wherever. For me, it's on my desktop. Hey, it's me from the future here real quick. I just want to say I forgot to add this in the original recording. I have these three programs listed on the screen right now, Node.js, Flash, or Git. Please uninstall them because we have specific versions of Flash, Git, and Node.js that we use. and your wrapper may break if you don't use those exact versions in the installer. If you know what you're doing, then you can keep them, but again, you probably want to install them and use it, and the installer batch file that we provided will install them again for you automatically with the specific versions we need. And if you don't know how to uninstall programs for some reason, you just click the search bar, click add or remove programs, just add or remove programs, and then you search node.js and all that. Nothing comes up for me because I'm using the batch file to show you how to install it, so I uninstalled it purposefully to show you on the tutorial. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to go ahead and run as administrator, like that. Right click, run as administrator. It's going to say this. Now, the reason why it says this is not because it's a virus. And I know there's a lot of people on YouTube who will give, shady stuff and say it's a virus, but that's usually for pirated programs, and this is not pirated or anything. And also, it's completely open source. Open source means everyone can see everything about it. If you don't believe me, again, it's on GitHub. You can see all the files for it back on GitHub right here. Go ahead and X out of that for now. All the files for it right here. You can also open the installer like this by clicking edit or edit with notepad or open, whatever. And you can see this is all the code for it. You can see everything you want to see. You can run it through VirusTotal, anything you want to do if you don't trust me. However, again, if you really don't trust me, just don't run it. But if you wrapper, then run it. So you want to go ahead and click run as administrator like that. Again, it will pop up this. Now the reason it pops up this is because we're not verified publishers, and if you click more info, it will say publisher, unknown publisher, because we're not a corporation or some professional team of people. We're just a group of teenagers, so we can't really get Microsoft's approval without a lengthy process, which we don't really feel like doing. So it's just going to go ahead and do this, because Windows is going to be like, well, we don't know who made this, so it could be dangerous, but it's probably not, which, again, it isn't. So you want to go ahead and click on more information, and then it will come up with a thing called run anyways, and it will tell you everything you need to know about it. You want to click run anyway, and then it will pop up with this. You want to go ahead and click on it. Click yes. My screen went black because Windows blacks that out for some reason on recordings. So it's going to go ahead and install Git like this. So the first thing it's going to do is install the dependencies. Now the dependencies are programs required to run wrapper. Now there are 3 programs. Git, which is used to actually pull it from GitHub and put it on your computer. The second is node.js, which is the coding language that Wrapper Offline is built in. And third, Flash. Flash is used to obviously run because GoAnimate is a Flash program. It's not on Blue Maxima's Flashpoint, because it's so advanced that it's not just like a Flash game. I probably could not go on there unless someone really wants to try and put it on there. Might be possible, I don't know. So it's going to go ahead and open the Git setup. It's going to say it doesn't seem possible to do automatically because we don't have the resources for that at the moment. So it's just going to come up with the installer. I'm going to go ahead and click next, next. Alright, so it's showing this for me, and the reason it's showing this for me is because I just uninstalled Git for the tutorial. So if you did that, it probably will show up for you, but if you didn't, it probably won't. If it did, just click yes. Then next, 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 install. It's going to go ahead and say it's complete. Just uncheck that, because if you check that, it's just going to bring up a document file showing you the release notes of it. Then it's going to install node.js, and it'll go ahead and say it's writing the web request. It'll put the file right here, like it did with Git. Don't delete it, don't touch it, all that. It'll be obvious, I hope. So it's going to go ahead and load, and then it will pop up with the node.js setup wizard right here. You just want to click, like with Git, next. I accept, next, 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 install, and it will go ahead and install it. The installer takes a lot less time than Git does. It's going to say it's been installed. You want to click finish. Then it will install the last thing we need, Flash Player. Now it's going to say to install Flash Player, Wrapper Offline must kill any currently running web browsers. So make sure you have no web browsers open. See, I have Brave, which is a modified version of Chromium, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to click on this little arrow just to make sure it's not open. It'll usually have a Chrome, Brave, whatever you use icon down here. and there's nothing. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. You can even check the task manager for stuff. I don't really see anything Brave related. It would be up in here in B, and there's nothing. So we're going to go ahead and X out of that. We have no running browsers, so we're just going to press enter, and it's going to make sure everything is closed like that. It's going to go ahead and run the Flash installer like this. And if you're new to this whole Flash thing, you may say, isn't Flash discontinued? Well, the thing is, Flash is a program. It's not online. So when Adobe discontinued it, older versions without the quote-unquote time bomb, as they call it, still work just fine. So we give you a really old version of Flash right here, and it'll install Flash. And now you may be saying, wait, why is it installing Git again? Well, the thing is that with the installer right now, there's a bug where it loops, so you just want to click X, like that. Then delete this, because you don't need it anymore. It should automatically delete it. And there you go. Now you may be saying, well, where's my wrapper offline? Well, once you have all the dependencies installed, then you run it again. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the installer, and we're going to right-click, Run as Administrator. Again, like that. It's going to check for the thing. I'm sorry that did not show. It said checking for Node.js and all that. Then it's going to show you this, the wrapper offline installer. It's going to say enter 1 to install from the main branch, enter 2 to install from the beta branch, and enter 0 to close the installer. The beta branch is pretty unstable, so we're just going to install from the main branch. So 1, enter. Then it's going to go ahead and start installing wrapper offline like this. And it will tell you the speed it's downloading, or how much it has downloaded so far at the speed. You know, bits, all this, and 0%, because it's 0% right now. And there is something kind of buggy with Git installers. You know, buggy, everything's buggy. If it freezes like this randomly and it's not progressing, all you want to do is just press enter, like that. It'll boot it back up. Make it a little annoying, but that's what you have to do, because Git is buggy. Again, that's not on our end, that's on Git's end. Alright, now once it is installed, it should say wrapper offline has been installed. Would you like to start it now? Press 1 to open wrapper offline, 0 to open the folder. Is your choice. So for the folder, it's wherever you installed the installer. I installed it on my desktop, so it's on my desktop right here. So we're just going to open it the normal way. Just want to go ahead and start it by clicking start wrapper.bat. So open. It'll say auto updating is off, skipping update. And then it will open just like this. Again, if it gets stuck like this, you just go ahead and press enter like that. And it should open up wrapper offline. Go ahead and full screen. Here's the menu right here, wrapper offline. We're going to get into this later. For now, we're just going to look over it quickly. I'm going to show you how to use it. Upload. Here you can upload movie and character XMLs. Movie XMLs you can download. Character XMLs you have to get directly from the files. Basically, it's to transfer movies and characters from different versions of wrapper and transfer them to other people in case you want to share them with your friends and stuff like that. You have create a character for all the customizable character creator themes like Comedy World, Anime, and People. Browse characters to browse the lists of characters you have if you want to do that. Finally, make a video. Real quick, we're going to create a simple character Atom thing. So when you go into the character creator, it's just going to say click to enable Adobe Flash Player. You just want to click and this will show up. You want to click allow. It will load just like this. And here you go. So you want to go ahead, add some, pick whatever you want. Let's give them a kind of bluish shirt like that. What else? That. Sure, why not? Save. So it should save now. Now you just want to click make a video. And it will load just like this. There are some things that do not function currently, but will function in the future, such as through importing in the year library. These buttons here don't really work. This button does not work. It might act like it'll work, but it won't. And finally, if you go save as starter, that won't work either. This is because we're still developing these things. However, if you're watching this video like months in the future, then it probably will work. So you can go ahead and test it out if you want. But obviously, I'm not in the future, so I can't really show you that. I'm going to show you basics. So you can go ahead and use a background, new, add our custom character. It has my own Mega Comedy World 2.0 plugin built into it. As you can see, we have other characters like the GoAnimate for School stock characters, GoAnimators, stock characters from the original GoAnimate website, submissions. This is just for Mega Comedy World submissions. People used to be able to submit their own characters, and the credits for Mega Comedy World, not for Rapper Offline. There's other things too, like the props here, text, sound, etc. So you get the idea. We can go ahead and make him say something. So you click on him, dialogue, text-to-speech. We have all the text-to-speech voices. Sometimes they go down, but we quickly fix them. You can make him say hello.
Hello.
Let's go ahead and save that. Is test. So then it'll show you it right here. See test, 2-second song. We can go ahead and play, and it will open up a little video maker like this.
Hello.
And that's our video. As you can see, play plays it, Paintbrush edits it, and the download downloads the XML for uploading with the movie option right here. Now finally, I'm going to quickly show you importing. This is the actual importing. You can't use the buttons in the video maker yet, unless again you're in the future. So let's go ahead and import something really quick. So to import, it says enter 2 to import a file, so we're going to press 2, enter. Then you're going to need to get the file. To get the file, you want to open up the File Explorer and get a file from here. So let's go to desktop and let's import my background. So you just want to drag it into it like that. Say enter, won't work, so you want to drag it again. And it should work this time. We'll call it wallpaper. Oops, wallpaper. And we're going to make it a prop, normal prop, done. Make a video. Also, you have to reload the video maker every time you import a prop unless you have not loaded the imported assets theme yet. And what I mean by that is when you open the video maker, it loads the Comedy World theme. When you click on another theme, then it loads it. So if you've already clicked on imported assets where you go to select the imported themes, then it won't show up. But if you haven't and the video maker is already open, then it will show up. So as you can see, it's right here. I imported other stuff too. I actually recorded a tutorial on how to import stuff earlier. However, it didn't save for some reason, so I'm redoing this, and that's why I sound tired. That's pretty much it, and that's pretty much the video. If you have any issues, please let me know by joining my server. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that. And again, that's pretty much it.